Alright, people. Welcome to the second last class of this entire course. So, the last class is going to be, I believe, 2 days from now, and that is going to be our very end review. That is where I'm going to go ahead and give you, I'm going to give you like the uh, internal systems practice test. And then after that, I will do an extra class for an exam review. Like I will give you like an exam. I'll find one for you online, and then we'll practice using that. However, this is pretty much the end of the class. This is the last class where you're going to be actually learning something. The rest is going to be reviewing or just practicing. So let's go. Today we're going to learn about all the diseases related to digestive system. You do not need to know all of these. You just need to memorize maybe diabetes and a few. So first, we're going to talk about peptic ulcer. So this is caused by an infection. This is bacterial. Bacterial infection. H. pylori is the bacteria. So this is basically causing your stomach and duodenum to erode a little bit, and then it's gonna be burning. Like when you're hungry, you feel like, oh, I have nothing to eat. It's like a little burn. It's a little, well, slightly worse than that. And if you have a more serious case, you're gonna have bleeding within your stomach and duodenum. So that's gonna come out in your feces or in your poop. And the cure is antibiotics, and that's pretty much it. Diabetes, we have different type of diabetes. So there is a type 1 diabetes, and there is a type 2 diabetes. There's also the I guess there's a type 3 of, but really it's not that serious. So type 1, it's the body destroys insulin. I'm gonna write this. Body destroys uh insulin producing cells in the pancreas. So usually what happens, this is usually noticed when you're really small, and you require the treatment for this is lifetime insulin injections or insulin pumps. Type 2, however, is this is where your body don't actually responds properly. Body do not responds properly to insulin. So your body's insulin is not good, and so like it's not as effective as it was supposed to be. So for this one is usually you want to do some lifestyle adjustments. So you want to eat more healthily, be balanced, and sometimes oral medication. If you're serious, they will insulin therapy. They will also give you that. Type 3 is when a mother is pregnant, there's a chance that they will get diabetes. The chance of them getting diabetes is going to be increased as their age gets older, and this will not pass on to the child at all. It's safe completely. It will go away a few months after pregnancy. It's just very sad because that is whenever you get pregnant, a lot of stuff like this happens. So keep in mind of that. Celiac disease. This is basically you're not able to digest, I guess, gluten. So autoimmune reaction to gluten. So this is protein in wheat. There's more. So this will damage your small intestines villi. Usually when you happens, you're gonna have some diarrhea. You're gonna be very nauseous, and so you're trying to vomit, and you will suffer weight loss. So the treatment for this really is just restrict gluten-free diet and take supplements. Take supplements if needed. And then this one, diverticulitis. This one is inflammation of pouches in the colon wall. So this is actually triggered by a low fiber diet, so you're not eating enough plants, unfortunately. So usually what happens is that you will feel a pain in your stomach area. You will have a fever. You also feel nausea, so you're gonna try to vomit, and then usually we'll take antibiotics. However, sometimes you will need to be hospitalized, and then if you're very serious, surgery for, I guess, recurrent cases, so it keeps on coming back. Gallstones are also known as a cholesterol stone, I guess. So basically, this is excess cholesterol in bile. So really, really bad. Well, okay, it's not that serious, but it's pretty bad. This is because you're eating a lot of unhealthy fat. Not good. There's not too much symptoms, and the treatment for this is you must monitor at all times, and you need sometimes, if serious, gallbladder removal. That is the worst case. If you get into that case, you have to be very, very hella serious. And then lastly, okay, not lastly, we have constipation. So this is one of the most common things you'll ever deal with in your life. So you better be experienced. So constipation is caused by, I guess, not enough fluid, not enough fiber. So if your mom, your dad, it's correct on this one. If you're not eating enough plants, you are going to be constipated. So causes not eating enough plants, cannot poop out anything. So medication, we do give out medications on this. This includes Ducolax. Do they still give out that? I think they do, right? They do. Yeah, Ducolax. Yeah, they give out that. They give out that for constipation. You can find that at your local Shoppers Drug Mart. They also, usually though, the pharmacists or the doctors, they will ask you to move. You to move. Do some exercise. Uh, drink more water. Drink more water. Stuff like that. Okay, inflammatory bowel disease. So this is, well, I guess this is genetic and environmental triggers. More so genetics, environmental triggers. So what happens is that you're gonna have diarrhea, and you're going to have weight loss, fatigue, and stuff like that. So treatment for this is, gets a little complicated. It's immunosuppressants, if you know what that is. So basically, immunosuppressants. Okay, so how do I say this in simple words? So immunosuppressant is basically, it's trying to weaken your body's immune system. Let's put it that way. So basically, a lot of these things, it happens because your body is overreacting to all of these. So essentially, we do immunosuppressants. So weakens the body's defense system, and that's pretty much it. Hepatitis, talked about this in genetics review, if you guys remember. So hepatitis is caused by alcohol, drinking too much alcohol, toxins, and also a bit of autoimmune, I guess. Viruses as well. You could get this as a virus. So the treatment for this is antiviral for hepatitis B and C. And remember, when you're growing as a kid, I believe you get this at your grade 6 or grade 7. You're going to get your hepatitis B second shot. Your first shot is supposed to be at grade 1 or even sooner than that. I don't remember clearly. Ontario policies might have changed, but usually you will get a couple shots for that. And but however, these vaccinations are only for type A and type B. Uh, cirrhosis. This is chronic liver damage. So, drinking too much vodka, too much alcohol in general. And basically, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have some bruising in your, I guess, liver, though you're not gonna be able to see it. And you're also gonna feel, well, I guess, severe pain in your liver, well, not liver type of area. So the only cure is liver transplant, which usually is a little too far. And then stay away from alcohol and lactulose. So that is pretty much it. These are all the type of things that we talk about in the digestive system. Today, I mean, this is why biology is a great life lesson. Is that whenever you step into biology, you realize that most of the time your parents are right. Smoking, we looked at it and we realized how much damage it actually does to your respiratory system. And now we're looking at this, we see how much, over drinking could potentially lead to many digestive diseases. And then on top of that, you should always keep a healthy diet. Eat some veggies. It will make you have potentially less disease. And that is pretty much it. Next class, I will be handing out or I guess a practice test for internal systems. And after that, I will do the exam review.